Are you looking to get a divorce in Connecticut, but you don't know where your spouse lives? I'm Matt Dolan with Dolan Divorce Lawyers, and today I'm going to explain how you can get a divorce in Connecticut if you cannot locate your spouse. First off, you should make an effort to locate them. You should do Google searches, look on social media, directory assistance, contact friends and relatives of your spouse, contact previous or current employers to see if they know where your spouse is, and of course, trying to email them or call them directly if you have their contact information. If after all of those efforts you still cannot locate where they are living, you should ask the court's permission to serve them by non-traditional means. So normally you have to serve your spouse by either having a marshal give them the divorce paperwork in hand or leaving it at their home. But if you don't know where they are, you obviously cannot do either of those things. So you need to fill out Connecticut Judicial Court Form JD-FM-167, which is a motion for order of notice in family cases. And Statute 46B-46 and Connecticut Practice Book Section 25-28, those sections say that if the whereabouts of the adverse party, so your spouse, are unknown to the plaintiff, you, or the applicant, any judge or clerk of the court may make such order of notice as he or she deems reasonable. And normally what the courts do and feel is reasonable is they will have you serve your spouse by publication. So that means that they will put a notice on the judicial website. It used to be that notices were put in newspapers, but now it is just put on the Connecticut judicial website for about a week, and as long as it is up there for the allotted time, then your spouse is considered served and you can proceed with the divorce. In some of my cases, I have also had the judge order service via email. So perhaps you have emailed your spouse and they have responded and told you that they're not going to tell you where they live so that you can't serve them. In that situation, I have had judges say, okay, we know that this person's email address works, so you can serve them by email. We feel that that is the more likely way that they are going to get actual notice that this divorce is proceeding versus publishing on the judicial website, because obviously who actually looks at the judicial website notices. So again, so long as you follow whatever notice order the judge provides, whether it is notice by publication or notice via email, you can then proceed with what is called a default divorce. And that is essentially telling the court that the other side is not participating in the process and you still want to finalize the divorce based on your proposed orders. So you would provide your proposed orders of what you want to happen with division of assets, alimony, if any, child support, child custody, etc. And so long as the court feels that your proposed orders are fair in light of the circumstances, then they will likely approve those orders. They will become court orders and your divorce will be finalized. Now, keep in mind that a divorce by default may not make sense for you if you feel that the other party has significant assets that you are not aware of, but you may be entitled to a piece of those. Obviously, a judge cannot give you a portion of an asset that they are not aware of. So if you feel that your spouse does have significant assets that you may be entitled to a piece of, then it may make sense for you to take additional steps to try to locate them and involve them in the divorce process before you finalize the divorce by default. Perhaps you hire a private investigator or just be patient and wait for them to come back to Connecticut if you know they have roots here. So in those scenarios, it could make sense to be patient. So those are the basics on how to finalize a divorce if you do not know where your spouse lives. As usual, if you have any additional questions, you can contact our office. And if you are looking for representation in a divorce or family law case here in Connecticut, we would invite you to contact our office as well.